1 month officially selling on TCGPlayer and growing our business. It's hot, y'all. It's like 7 p.m. right now in LA and it's almost 80 degrees. I'm melting here. As promised, we are going to go through an expense report. Actually, let's just jump into it. So, expenses. First off, first month, we expect this to be where we spend the most money. We got to get our inventory up. We got to get our starting cost, everything and anything. Like, I put money into this, right? So first expense is definitely cards. We got to sell stuff, right? We closed in on a couple of big collections. We got our stock up. Now I've got more than enough cards to conserve me for the foreseeable future until we start going to conventions and stuff like that, but a lot of small movers. So yeah, we closed out about 2,800 this month in cards, 150 in stamps. I think stamps go a lot faster than you expect. At first I was buying like 20 at a time. It was costing me like 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. I went ahead and pulled trigger on a roll. I do still have a good amount of them. If you're ever thinking about getting into this biz, I highly consider just buying a roll of stamps. You're going to be glad that you have them because more often than not, people are going to be buying smaller number cards. Laser printer. If you don't have a laser printer, definitely get one. It's $80. It'll really help your business. Do you really want to be writing these? Like, how are you going to print the invoices, right? If you have a laser printer, you can tape it. I repurpose a lot of the scraps, preserving orders or writing extra stuff for anything, sticky notes or taping cards. Like, it's just a great purchase and it's multi-purpose. If you ever want to start an eBay shop or an Etsy shop, or you want to ship something to your parents or your friend, you have it at home. You can pay for the label in advance, hand it to the postman and not have to worry about it. So it's like a lifetime value thing. I'm going to keep this thing forever. Comes with paper, cost me 80 bucks. It's been a lifesaver. PO box. This cost me about $160 for 6 months. Do you want to have your home address on your packages? Probably not. PO boxes typically range between like $20 and $40 a month. Check with your local post office or anywhere else that ships mail. Mine was like 20 to 25 a month. I got a 6-month contract, so we can reassess where we're at in 6 months and if I want to extend or if I want to cancel. This is mainly just if cards don't meet the QC and for whatever reason the mailman can't find the address, they get returned to sender, and or if there's conversation online that I have with someone and they want to ship me something. Because I have a little bit of social proof, I have a business, I don't really want my home address out there, so now there's a direct line of contact and a place that you can ship me stuff. So account for it. Refunds are an expense you need to account for. Luckily ours were minimal month 1. I think best standard practice is to just handle it, manage it, escalate it to TCGPlayer and keep it going, right? We can expect this cost to grow, but we can also expect our sales to grow. So not too concerned with 15 bucks, but needs to be accounted for. Top loaders, very necessary. How are we going to pack our cards? Scissors. I'm putting everything down, right? I bought scissors. I bought this little crazy tool looking thing. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is for perforating cardboard. I like to repurpose the cardboard around my house. I don't really see a reason to go buy like specific cardboard for card packing when there's an excess of cardboard in the world. Like, that just seems like an expense I can conserve. Envelopes. Try different sizes. I started with the really big ones. Now I'm moving on to really small ones. Probably spent about $20 in envelopes. I still have a couple hundred left. I was running through them fast. It's better safe than sorry. A lot of this stuff I have excess of, or it's going to bleed into future months, so we can expect that expense to go down. Team bags, same thing. If you know what team bags are, they're essential. They're these little guys right here. This is what we pack our orders in, and this is what keeps them like weatherproof, tamper-proof. This is what we put the invoice in with the cardboard and all prior to putting in an envelope. Internet. How else are you going to ship cards? I think this is a notable expense you need to keep consideration of. I mean, if you can pay your internet bill off of your TCGPlayer sales, you're lit. Return labels. This is something I think more people should be on top of, but I don't really see. Ideally, we get to the size where this is autonomous. We have employees. We can't be thinking about writing, just like writing our sender's address, our return address. There's no way in hell we're going to be writing those, right? You can go to any local Staples, Office Max, or anything, and you can buy a roll of return labels. This was like 16 bucks. Genius. Saves so much time. Also gives me a good consideration of text size, because whenever I'm printing out shipping labels, I'm like, oh, is the text too small? Is this going to get sent back? Can they read it? I mean, this text is tiny. So if they can read that, they can read the shipping labels. You know what I mean? And our last expense is sanity, right? I don't really see how we can put a price on time. I guess I could calculate like how much money I'm burning per hour doing this. I'm not going out as often, you know, staying up late. I'm doing all this stuff. Is it worth it? Absolutely. I think it's great. I'm having a blast building a business, just growing something, having something to look forward to at home, and, share it. I can share it with you guys. I get to share it with my girlfriend. She shares this passion with me, and we get to organize cards together. We get to talk about cards. It's more than just a hobby. It's a passion for me. To turn that into a moneymaker, to me, is huge. So yes, sanity is a big expense, but please measure your out life. Understand that this is something that's going to take continuous effort that you're going to have to check in on daily. So measure what you can accomplish, measure what is feasible for you. Maybe you just want to do 1 to 5 orders a day. That's fine. Maybe you want to do 400 to 500 orders a day. That's great too, but account for it in your outside life. Don't let other things suffer for this, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Have a goal, hit it, have another goal, ramp. Build it, they will come. I'm very excited with the progress we've seen. Speaking of which, let's get into sales. We have made 152 orders to date. Started on the 9th. It is now the 8th at about 8 p.m. Average order value that I'm noticing is about $7. Can anyone do math and tell me how much money we've made? Keep in mind, after fees, I've done the math, about 18% of all sales go to TCGPlayer, including taxes. So taxes and fees for selling on the platform is about 18%. That's a lot. But before fees, in the month, we have made $1,077 to date. After fees, $868. Pretty good. That brings our total net revenue to negative $2,508. You might look at this and say, why the heck would I do this? Negative 2.5K is better than I expected month 1. Like I said earlier, a lot of these are startup costs. I will no longer have to buy a laser printer. I will no longer have to buy a perforator. I don't have to buy any more envelopes for the foreseeable future. I've got 100 stamps on standby. So a lot of those costs will be reduced. We've got like 75,000 cards for us to post. So for me to make 30% of the expenses in the first month, to me, is really good. That means I'm not an expert at this, but like path of profitability should be around like month 4 or 5. If we're able to make $1,000 every month based off of the P&L here, we'd make $2,700. And so by month 3, we should cover our costs for this month. There's probably going to be some other expenses. Internet is a monthly thing, but I also have to start dabbling in the kind of cards that we're posting. I think a lot of the reason that I was so successful in selling and making $1,000 is, first off, I was posting under market. I was the lowest listed anywhere, and I'm still kind of that way, like a little bit. We have 47 5-star reviews. The big dogs have 10,000. My mindset is once we get to the 5,000 mark, or at least the 1,000 mark, then we can start upping the price. I've already increased my prices about 10% for all new listings, and I've already seen a wane in sales volume. That can just, and this is me bumping it from like being the lowest listed to like the 4th lowest listed. So people are always constantly buying cards, but there is a large demographic of people that are buying the lowest listing. And I'm also noticing it's a player's market. I have a lot of high grade, high value Pokemon cards. Those don't move as fast as mountains, lands, forests, because people need to play the game. And I also don't think people are that rich. The state of the freaking country right now, right? I'm learning more about what people want, what people need, how to succeed in this industry, how to build a profitable landscape. I think it's a really untapped market because people aren't willing to put in this sort of work. Everyone wants Charizard. Everyone wants the One Ring, but no one's out there looking for a non-hollow borderless Merkwood bats. I am. I'll sell this for $3. Bam. There's obviously different markets. So whether you're selling at a convention, whether you're selling online, eBay, Facebook, Mercari, TCGPlayer, stuff like that. And I'm only a month in. I can tell you that the platform is really limited. They give you little to no data about who's buying your cards, what to post next, how to look. I'm not really sure what to do there. It's really a guessing game and how much knowledge you have of like collectibles in general to know what's gonna pop. And you can just kind of look at trends on individual cards or individual sets or stuff, but you gotta have the know-how prior. Like, they're not gonna tell you. Payments are slow. That $1,000 that I was talking about, I've only been paid out like 30% of it, 40% of it, and I'm not gonna see most of that until like the middle of this month. I've got about another week until payout. They leave like a 2 to 3 week buffer time so that people can receive their order, they can mark it reviewed or arrived, and then TCG Player will release the sales. You have to be comfortable with that. This is not a place where you can come in and expect to make $1,000 overnight. It's just not going to be that way. Having a lot of fun. What's next for me? Post a lot of the cards that I currently have. I've gotten a lot more automated with it. I was talking about some of my gripes earlier with like how manually typing them in and everything. I'll show you guys how I do it now. We pull up the TCG app, we get it scanned, card, bam, put it in a stack, card, bam, put it in a stack. And then we have everything sorted A to Z. I'll show you right here. This is how everything's looking currently. And I got like Pokemon in here. I got Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece. Pretty soon, obviously, I'm gonna have to get something bigger, right? Also, shouts out to my girlfriend. She was the one that did this. She did all of this, put this all together. I love her. It's made packing a lot easier. I could just find the card, boom. Packing went from probably 5 minutes to pack an order all the way down to like sub 1 minute. So I've shaved like 80% of my time per order, which is great when we're doing it at scale. We did get a good amount of Pokemon cards. I closed the deal with that. We're gonna post some full arts. I know we sold a Pika EX today. We did hit seller level 4, so there's currently no cap on the amount of cards that we can post, and I want to post everything. Just get to a really nice, healthy place baseline of what can get us there, how can we do it, all that fun stuff. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, go check the shop down below at TCGPlayer Galactic Games TCG. Follow the channel if you haven't already. We're still trying to hit 500 subs, and I'd really appreciate it if you shared this video. Let me know what you want to see next, and thank you for watching. Peace.